right, we had a nice big drop yesterday, and about 1 o'clock-ish it started to bounce, and overnight it came back up again, and we see it now pretty clearly at a resistance level. The 1 hour chart, the, what is it, 50 SMA there. And so I do think it's losing momentum. You can kind of see the last little tiny bit of time here on the short-term chart. It's kind of flapping around, and the RSI is dropping as well as the MACD. So I went ahead and placed a Fibonacci line, very, very short term, just over the last couple days. It may or may not help us to figure out where it's going today, but I thought, well, it doesn't hurt. So this is the 15-minute chart here and the 30-minute chart down here. And you can see I put it at the peak and then the trough and then the peak. And so it's laying out a pattern for it to be dropping here. And you can also see on the 15-minute chart here, it's hit the blue line as acting as a support, or excuse me, as a resistance level there as well. So, I mean, to be fair, there is the potential of it going up to the 58.80 range, which then would act as a support here. But I really don't know that that's going to happen right now, because the MACD looks like it's already tipping over here. This is going down, definitely going down on the short-term chart. So that's where we're sitting, and just waiting for a good opportunity to get into a short. I did a little bit ago here at 64.25, which was a little bit higher than it is now. So it's dropping nicely, and placed my first trade around 8:50 in the morning. Okay, so it's dropping. I'm hoping that it will drop all the way down to this yellow line here, which would be a big, big trade. But I haven't placed any exit orders in here yet at all. I put in an alert right here just so I could mark it. It's more of I put it on the 15-minute chart actually to mark where the 50 SMA was, and it actually ended up being right where the 50 SMA was on the 2000 tick chart as well, which I thought was kind of interesting. All right, it flopped around for a little bit. It came up and then down and then up and then down. I put my order in here as kind of wishful thinking, a little bit lower than probably it will be executed, and hoping that it drops. Just to be safe, I put in a stop order. I really didn't think it was going to go up at all, but I thought, well, I don't really want to lose a whole lot either, just in case I am wrong. So I put in a stop, and I raised it up a little bit, and it did jog upwards. It's still, I would not consider that breaking through the SMA quite yet. It's just a few ticks above it. But it actually did go all the way up to the stop and stopped me out, but then immediately dropped back down again. So it was one of those times where it's like, maybe I shouldn't have placed the stop, because I was pretty sure it was going to drop, but I don't know. It was only $112 that I lost on that one. Maybe 100, yeah, something like that. 125. So it's not a huge big deal, but it was unfortunate, because I do think it's going to drop. And sure enough, it, when it kind of formed that white candle there that showed that it formed, it didn't go up and it didn't go down, and it didn't show a lot of upward momentum there. I decided to get into another short, just about exactly the same place that I'd gotten into the last one, and I'm going to ride it down. And as all of this has been going on, the yellow line has been creeping upwards. So I put my exit order in at the bottoms of these last few candles here, which I thought was maybe a better place to go, and got filled there. So I've made up my bad trade, my loss, and my commission. So I'm starting the day. It's less than 5 minutes to opening bell. I'm starting my day fresh with no losses at all. Just have made 2 trades. They just kind of canceled each other out. Okay, so we're waiting for it to bounce now, and 2 minutes to opening bell. Now it got down to there, and lo and behold, it broke through it pretty clearly. And I kept waiting for it to bounce and go up because I thought it would probably get up to this point right here where these SMAs would be meeting. And I wanted to get into a short at that point, but it kept dropping and kept dropping. So I decided not to wait any longer. I just thought it would probably keep on dropping. So I did a short here, and here we see I'm in the green. And I used the Fibonacci line to actually figure out where it might go, put my X order in down there. And it looks like that was not a bad trade at all. It looks like it's dropping from that point. And I raised up my order just a little tiny bit to get filled because it was kind of hesitating at that point. And so I made now $325. And that was all in one trade. That was an incredibly good trade. And it's only $3.39. So I decided to place a fourth trade today because it looks like I kind of know what's going on. So I waited very patiently through this place right here. It was very hard to be patient because I knew that getting into a long was not a good idea. And you can see why. If I had gotten into a long, it would have hardly gone up at all. And basically what it's doing is it's going flat right here. And I was waiting for a good opportunity for it to go into a short. And eventually the price action met the orange SMA. And then at this point, I think it's probably going to drop. And I'm just kind of waiting for the signs. And I jumped the gun just a little bit, I think, right here, because it's a little bit premature. But I got into a short here, just 4 ticks below the SMA. And it did go up a little bit. I placed my limit order down here on the Fibonacci line again. And it did not go up very far at all, which I had kind of expected but wasn't 100% certain. It started to drop, so I was very happy about that. It went all the way down to the Fibonacci line. And I did really well on the fourth trade. So now I'm at 462 with minus commissions. I made $444.50, 4 trades done by 9:43. So thanks for joining me.